Hey everyone, welcome back to Sip Fearlessly and our segment Industry Uncut. Let's go.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Doesn't it feel great
Yes,
to be back?
it does feel great. I'm not gonna lie.
You wearing it. You wearing the joy on you right now. I
First
don't
of
think
all,
it's kind of hard to miss it. You got a lot of reason to celebrate, don't
listen,
you?
I do. I came very festive today. First of all, Cortez walked in here all professional, and I'm all like, I'm still outside in these
Nah.
New York streets, like I was over the
I was
weekend.
gonna say, I saw boats, I saw street parties, I saw shots, I saw bottle service. I don't know what's going on. Yo, you
Listen.
might have thought that she hit the game-winning three herself.
It felt like it. It
Mm-hmm.
felt like it. But before we dive into the Knicks, I just want to shout out everybody who I've been connecting with so far. Like, I think the name of the game this summer is networking.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
I think I've been indoors. It's required me to be outside now and just taking care of some personal stuff, but also, connecting and meeting with a lot of dope folks who, really support what I do. I support them, so the camaraderie has been amazing. The energy has been amazing. So, y'all know who y'all are. Shout out to y'all. We definitely had a good time on the boat. We definitely have been out watching the Knicks. I'm still recovering. My voice is a little gone. Like, it's just been an incredible time. But before we get into that, I want to shout out all my Puerto Ricans. Woo!
That's the real reason for the sunglasses and Advil.
Listen.
Look, it couldn't have been more perfect though. Like you got the Knicks bringing the first championship in decades.
Yes.
And do you know what weekend they did it on?
The Puerto Rican weekend.
There it is. The weekend of the Puerto Rican Day Parade. Now, I
Yo.
know I was out celebrating. My peoples
Yes.
was out celebrating. And obviously, Sue, she was out celebrating. She might still be celebrating right now.
Listen, there was so much joy, so much happiness, so much love, so much everything. I didn't make it to the festival this year because the game was going to be on Saturday night. So I was like, I need to preserve my energy for that,
Yeah.
trying to figure out where we was going to go, all of that good stuff. But my family had a good time at the festival and the parade.
good.
The parade was incredible, as it always is. Shout out to everybody who always hooks me up, and allows me to be a part of it. But it was such an incredible time, and the energy was just so up. It was just so
Oh,
up
yeah,
because of
yeah.
our Knicks.
It was undeniable. It was magical.
Yes, yes.
Look, I said it on a couple other shows I'm
Yes.
on. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but crime literally dropped with the Knicks being in the finals.
Well, before you say that, because I want to come back to that, but I do want to also shout out Mayor Mamdani because there was a lot of controversy, actually.
Wow,
They were
wow, that
saying
was-
that he had canceled the Puerto
The what?
Rican private dinner that they do in the celebration of the heritage at Gracie Mansion.
Yes, yes,
But
yes, yes,
it
yes.
turned out to be false. It turned out to be cap. It was not true. So they did hold the celebration. So that was amazing. He was at the parade as well. So was our homeboy from the Knicks. Oh my God, how am I forgetting his last name?
Alvarado?
Alvarado. That's right. Thank you, production. He was at the parade. But going back to the crimes, so I want to say this before we talk about all the greatness that the Knicks did. The crime has been down. However, what was that F-ish that was going on after the chip, after they won the chip?
Oh, with the bus?
With the buzz, it was more than that. Like, these youngins were going mayhem downtown Manhattan, okay?
man, oh, man.
It was mayhem. They was all fighting each other. They was putting buses on fire. They was breaking windows.
Yeah, I guess they
It
saved up that
was-
aggression. Jeez.
It was insanity. So calm down. Calm
Yeah.
down, New Yorkers, especially my youngins. Calm down. I know we're excited. I know we're happy, but we need to continue to keep our city safe. We need to allow the city to continue to allow us to celebrate. The parade is on Thursday. We can't be acting up.
You can't act up. Look. A couple of days into the finals, they had security perimeters set up.
Yes.
And they were trying to cancel the watch parties, and that's not good because then we're not all getting into the garden. We want to make sure we're able to enjoy it and enjoy it as a community.
Exactly.
So, you got to be able to protect and
Yes.
take care of our environment for
Absolutely,
that. Yeah.
absolutely. But shout out to the Knicks.
Big time.
Whew,
Jalen
Knicks,
Brunson.
Listen.
Most underrated. We don't got to get into the analytics too
Yes.
much, but just know, like, nobody thought it was gonna happen. So the fact that it has, and Oh my gosh, it was.
They had us
magical.
on our toes.
Yo,
The last 3 games,
it was tough.
on our toes.
It was tough. Those comebacks, historic comebacks. That's what even makes this even greater. Historic comebacks.
Yes.
Greatest comebacks of all time.
Yes.
Moments, greatest shot, the putback
Yes.
by OG Anunoby.
Oof.
Like these moments.
That was the shot of the
Yeah.
of the final series for sure.
Bananas.
Like, but they had us on our toes, man. But they had heart. They had grit. They didn't give up. I also loved their sportsmanship because the Spurs.
Oh my gosh, Wemby, what are you doing, bro? And mind you, too, I know you 7'3", whatever, but you don't hit the weight room hard enough to be doing what you're doing. And look, those games were getting ugly, and there's no reason for all of that.
Super.
But I will say, you said it, they had heart. And I don't
Yes.
think that if it unfolded any other way,
Yeah.
it would have felt like New York doing it.
Not at all. And also the team, like just them as a team, it's like a family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I know they also, a lot of them went to college together as
Yep,
well.
yep.
So, you know, they've built
Villanova
up.
group.
Yes, they've built up that energy. They've built up that sportsmanship together, that brotherhood.
Yeah.
They all have like great values. They're all like, some of them are married, some of them are serious relationships, you know, and that does contribute to things too because
It
the
does.
way
Discipline.
the discipline, right?
The way you do one thing is the way you
Yes.
do everything. So
Exactly.
you have to, if you see somebody who's approaching their personal life in a certain way,
Yes.
it's a good sign that that's somebody to work with, somebody that you can
Absolutely.
depend on. And for those Knicks, you
Yeah.
can see the bond that they've established.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kudos to them.
I loved it. I
Kudos to
loved it.
them.
I loved it. We deserved it. And, you know, the Spurs is a good team. They play ball. So
They do.
they got a bright future ahead of them.
Look,
it was our time right now. And
Yeah.
I'm so excited. Like 53 years.
The Spurs might have it in the next, years, couple seasons.
Right.
But for right now, it's the Knicks.
It's the Knicks. That's it. That's
That's
it.
all.
That
That's all.
orange and blue.
That
Ah!
orange and blue. Yes, yes.
It's such an exciting time, man. You know, I grew up watching sports. So I grew up with my mom. She was a single mom. But she loved sports. So I used to play basketball when I was younger. I used to run track.
Okay,
and my
okay.
mom used to religiously watch the Knicks and the Yankees. I grew up in a Knicks and Yankees household. And when I tell you, when I was younger, every time the Knicks won, every time the Yankees won, we would run outside. We would run
Yeah, yeah,
outside.
yeah.
Like, so it reminded me of like
was
back
that.
in the day and being outside. That's why I was like, I have to go outside and watch all the games. I'm not gonna lie though, the last 3 games, I did go outside in halftime because I was at home like,
What's happening? Look.
and everybody's hitting me up like, come. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to come. I'm going to be the good luck charm.
Yeah, the one thing about it is like, if I don't know, as a Knicks fan, as a New Yorker, there's a
Yeah.
level of PTSD you have where it's like you feel
Sheesh.
like it could go south at any moment.
Listen.
And like for those comebacks,
Yes.
it really gave us reason to think like,
Yes.
oh shoot, here we go again.
I mean, that's the New Yorker's story of
Yeah,
their life.
yeah.
That's it.
But they did it. They
They
pulled
did
through.
it.
They pulled
They
through.
did it. And we could all do it, y'all. As New
Yes.
Yorkers, whatever y'all going through, we could pull ourselves out of those places and we can definitely achieve what we're trying to achieve and take that as an example, okay? And this summer, definitely tap into yourself, look within, see what you got to, improve on, see what's making you happy, all of that good stuff, and get rid of the negative because we will prevail. And we
That's
did
it.
with the Knicks.
They
Yes.
proved that you can move on from a previous season that didn't end
Yes.
so hot and
Yes.
then move in with a new level of energy
Absolutely.
and transcend wherever you've been in the
Yes.
past.
And shout out to Spike Lee
Oh, yeah.
for holding
Shout out
it
to Spike
down.
Lee.
Shout out to Fat Joe for being at all the games.
Yeah, we believe you, man.
Yes.
Like the break dancing, we saw it. We believe you. The stories, I get it. Like, you have all of these different moments that you talk about, Fat Joe, and we gotta stop doubting you, bro. Like
I love
almost
it.
immediately there was proof that this is happening. So
I love it.
dope.
He was all like,
Yeah, he was getting it. He was getting it. And that yarmulke ain't moved one time.
no.
So, yeah.
I loved it. Wu-Tang came out.
Yo, I'm not gonna. I feel like Wu-Tang was what that halftime show.
Definitely.
Like somebody
Yes.
put up a meme where like the Wu-Tang symbol shot out of the garden, and it was
Yes.
like, okay, we called them in to
Yes.
give that new energy, and that was fantastic. There was nothing
Absolutely.
more New York than that.
Yeah, there was nothing more, man. It was just amazing. So, shout out to the Knicks. Shout out to the parade is happening on Thursday. Again, behave, y'all. But it's going to be like a beautiful, beautiful time. Beautiful.
Yeah.
It's just a beautiful time right now. So we're going to keep this energy the whole summer.
Yeah, it's a beautiful time to be a New Yorker.
Yes.
And somebody
Yes.
who's always representing New York everywhere he goes,
Yes.
and did so at the Roots picnic.
Ooh, child. We're going to dive into that. That just gave me goosebumps right now.
Yes. Mr.
So,
Jay-Z.
first of all, shout out to my sister, Nene. We took a journey out there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I didn't even plan it that well. I just was like on a whim. I was like, I'm going to know
go.
some people out there. I know I am. I'm going to bump. And I sure did. Ran into a lot of some dope folks that I know, a lot of people in the media and stuff like that. But I needed to be there. Because I'm like, it's Jay-Z 30. I don't know if I'm going to be at Yankee Stadium yet. But I'm going to go see him in Philly.
Yeah,
right.
the way the tickets is going. Ooh,
Right.
I think they got snatched up like on 4 different rounds.
Yes.
Immediately.
Yes. So it was crazy. Also, shout out to the Roots for
Yes,
putting this
even making that.
amazing picnic together. They've been doing it for several years now, but from what I heard from the people that was there, this was the best one. And it's not only because Jay-Z was there, it was just better organized.
Yeah.
They had a lot of vendors. I connected with some vendors.
Yeah.
Like, it was just really, really awesome. Brandy killed it. She brought out Monica. I didn't stay for day 2, so I missed Kehlani, but it was just incredible. But Jay-Z,
Oh man,
Jigga
can we talk?
man.
Can we talk about the freestyle?
Hove.
Can we talk about the freestyle?
Let's talk
You
about
know
the
me, I'm not
freestyle.
trying to be messy here, but Jay-Z, I love his approach.
Yes.
It's very
Yes.
much like,
Yes.
okay, I hear y'all talking. And I don't need to address things too crazily.
Right.
But if you know, you know.
Yeah.
And you know who I'm talking to.
Yes.
If you know, there was a couple shots at Drake, some things
Yes.
that he had said. Some people, who else? There was a couple of others that Dame Dash.
Dame Dash.
There have been so many
Yes.
people who have had Jay-Z's name in their mouths, especially with on the fringe of what
Nicki
happened
Minaj.
with Diddy. You know, you got a lot of people throwing shade his way.
Yep.
And for a man who has built his legacy, and honestly, one of the few people in hip hop who has been at that level and switched up his whole look,
Yeah.
his whole style,
Yeah.
his whole brand, and still maintain
Yeah.
that level, you can tell he
Yeah.
values his name. So he was going to defend his name.
I was here for it. Like, I'm not about violence, but I'm all about hip hop battles.
Yes.
So yes, I'm like,
Yes.
that was the perfect place for him to bring it. I don't think he would do this when he comes out at Yankee Stadium. This was the perfect arena for him to do this.
Yeah.
Like, it was a laid back picnic. We were all chilling. It was epic. We
Yeah.
did not expect it. And he came out from the gate with it.
Right
So
out.
it was like, what?
Yeah.
Okay. But definitely, I agree. A lot of people were saying a lot of things. He has to address it.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
has to address it. You know, he doesn't do interviews. He doesn't do stuff like that. So this
Right.
was a time for him to address it. And I think that for somebody who kind of retired, right, from the game, I think he did a great job. I think he did a great
I
job.
mean, he still has some of the sharpest bars,
Yes.
sharpest lyrics. And you know
Yes.
me, I'm a man of many words.
Yes.
So I appreciate the double entendres, the triple entendres,
Yes.
and the
Yes.
subtext of what he
Yes.
says. You don't have to flat out say, yo, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to say all of
Yeah.
that. But you can say enough
Yes.
to get your point across.
Yo, it was fire. Like, I was like, it took me all the way back. I was like rapping out there,
Yeah.
like, man,
So
word
you've
for
been-
word,
you've
bar
been-
for bar.
You've been busy all summer and it barely started. You done road trips. You on
I love a good road trip, too.
boats. You on planes, trains, automobiles.
All of it.
Hey,
all of it. All
keep
of
it
it.
going, keep it going.
Beyonce was there.
Oh, no, absolutely.
Okay.
That's
like, that was
phenomenal, too.
fire. His
Yup.
daughter was there. Like, man, it was just a great time in history. And no matter what people feel about him personally, at the
Yeah.
end of the day, he is Hove.
I think that there's
At the end of the day, you got to
Yeah.
respect his craft, man.
there's a level of accomplishment that is just undeniable.
Yeah.
Like you, let me ask you this then.
Yeah.
How do you feel about separating potential scandal from somebody's body of work, from their legacy, the positives from the legacy,
Yeah.
the negative?
I mean, some people it's undeniable, like Jay-Z.
Yeah.
It's undeniable. Like, it's like, I can say whatever, we can all say whatever we want to say about
But
him,
the
but,
accomplishments speak for themselves. Yeah.
you know, some people may not like him personally, but you can't deny his body of work. You just
Yeah.
can't. You just can't.
I love
I'm
that.
a huge fan of his work. Huge fan.
I love it because he might be polarizing in some spaces, but because of his accomplishments
Yeah.
being what they are and what he's done for hip hop.
Yes.
Literally what he's done for
Yes.
hip hop.
Yes.
Like, there's something to be said about opening doors. Like,
I mean, yeah.
you can create him just musically as an artist. This is me just talking about that part
Yeah.
alone. What he talks about being putting that into the hip hop space. He talks
Yeah.
about his wife,
Yes.
his daughter,
Yes.
you know, struggles with like his own anxieties and
Yeah.
things that nature as
Yeah.
he, you know, grows in age and then now watches his family grow.
Yeah.
Putting those things out there that hip hop doesn't always have to be,
Yeah.
you know, street centric.
Right.
But also, being somebody from the streets, you can move out of that space and still represent all parties involved.
1,000%. And,
Yeah.
and speaking of supporting his wife, he came out with his fro.
Yeah, you saw that too? The locks is gone. But it's,
Let me tell
it's
you
cool.
how. First of all, it looked iconic. I don't
Yeah.
care what Dame Dash says, and he put this parody up. He looked like Goofy or whatever with an afro. Like that was hilarious though. But it was epic.
Yeah, yeah.
It was epic, man. Like none of us expected him to come out with his fro. But then the conversation kept going, and I was like, oh, well, the hairstylist that combed it out used Beyonce's hair products. And I was like, what a great marketing
look,
move.
I was gonna look that right there. That just goes to show when you have
Yes.
yo goals. I don't say this very often about relationships and
Yeah.
celebrity relationships, but that's goals where
Absolutely.
your person, the other party that's with you,
Yeah.
can take your stuff and just seamlessly work it like it's effortless.
Yeah.
Of course I'm gonna support your stuff, babe.
Yeah.
Of course I am.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I'm about to do this switch my whole look up, my whole
Right.
style up. Let me use your stuff. When they
Exactly.
ask me what I did, how I did it,
Boom.
Boom.
That's it. Because we all thought one or the other was a wig.
yeah.
So you gotta explain yourself,
You
Jigga
gotta
man. You gotta
explain
explain
it.
yourself.
But yo, that's crazy.
But no, I agree with that. And also something that happened like that was, oh my God, Towns with
Uh-huh.
his fiance,
Yeah.
Jordan Woods, and how
Yes.
she had the lucky bag. I even brought out my orange bag the last game, and I was like, yes,
There you
yes,
go.
it's my lucky orange
There you
bag.
go.
But that was dope too, and he was supporting her. He was seeing how much love she was getting, and just, I love to see it. I love to see a
Tremendous.
great partnership. I love to see support. I love to see, what do you call it, couples goals, you know, and all of that stuff. Like, it was just amazing.
Yeah. You
the
built,
Roots killed
I
it.
built, we
Jay-Z
built
killed
together.
it, yes. And we can't leave this out. He also brought out State Property,
Big
which was
time.
crazy.
That's crazy.
which
Yo,
was
that was
crazy.
really. I'm
Bleak.
I'm sitting here
Okay.
thinking like
Shout
that
out to
was
Meth
really.
Bleak.
That was really a historic
Yes.
picnic. That was a historic moment.
Super.
And I'm glad that the Roots take the time to do something like that for the culture. Like,
Yeah.
it's one thing as being, you know, your own entity
Yeah.
as artistic, but putting that together, creating a space where all this stuff can come
1000%.
together, amazing.
Yes, I love music festivals.
Yeah.
So we'll talk more because we need to be at them.
Okay.
Definitely
okay,
having
all right.
having these type of
You
conversations.
guys heard it here first. She's planting the seed.
Yes.
She's like, Tez, I hope you hear me.
Right.
Tez, I hope you hear me.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you gotta like take a pause so you can regroup and come back stronger. You know what I mean? Because
now I
there's
hear.
ideas. There's ideas.
We had a conversation earlier, and now I see where it's going. Okay.
There's ideas.
All right,
There's
okay.
ideas that are flowing for sure.
You know,
sure.
this not to put this in the same space, but we were
Yeah.
talking about somebody who's been semi-polarizing in Jay-Z,
Mm-hmm.
and we got somebody who's been polarizing for the last 8 to 16 years now. You know, like,
Man, yes.
we have our commander-in-chief, who is
Yeah.
somebody likened it to Roman times, where you're gonna create a coliseum for warriors to have a battle for the joy of the emperor.
Let me tell you.
If you don't know, your guy, Mr. Donald Trump, invited the UFC to host an
Yes.
event on the White House lawn.
Yes.
How you feeling about that, Sue?
Man, he just be doing whatever he wants.
He just be doing whatever, yo.
He just be doing whatever he wants. And the fact that he was at the Knicks game at Madison Square Garden the day that they lost.
Oh, that was,
Just says
oh
it
my
all.
gosh. Mind you, got booed out
Yes.
the building.
Yes.
So rest of the country, like, yes, I know he's from here.
Yes.
He is. just know that's how we kind of feel, you know,
Right.
like, you know, like even it's like the guy, he came around, we had
Freedom
something
of
good
speech.
going, and you know that guy who walks in and just kind of ruins the party a little
Yeah.
bit. It was kind of like that. Like,
Freedom of speech.
Yeah, yeah.
He deserved the boo.
Big
okay?
time.
He deserved
big
the
time.
boo.
And he fell asleep mid game. Like, bro, come on.
But
Come
well,
on,
that
bro.
that
What
was
are we
going to
doing?
be my
What
point.
are we doing?
That was going to be my point. I don't know him personally, but I don't feel like he's the biggest basketball fan. I feel like he just wanted to be there because he be doing whatever he wants.
Yeah, at a certain point, he really does like the limelight. Like, you got,
Yes,
it's what it is.
yes.
He's theatrics. He likes
Yes.
the pomp and circumstance.
Yes.
So there is, okay, speaking of, I don't know if you know this, for the UFC fight,
Yeah.
you know he commissioned a coin to be sold in commemorance
Of course he
the
did.
fight. And it's
course he
a
did.
gold coin. I think it's about an ounce of gold, and I believe it's supposed to be valued at maybe approximately $4,000, something
Oh,
around that
goodness.
nature.
Goodness.
It's around that area, and it's selling it for like I don't even know how many times. We're gonna get some numbers, some figures. I'll throw it
Yeah.
somewhere, but
Yeah.
it's incredible.
It's crazy. It's crazy. And, you know, I don't know if we want to mix these two topics. We was also going to talk about all of the resources that he's taken away from
No,
us.
absolutely talk about
But-
that, please.
Right. So it's like you're putting this $1 million situation into the White House when you're trying to, you have, what's his name's department?
Doge. You
The
got
Doge-
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk department with Doge doing audits
Looking for
because we're
everything
trying to
he can cut costs.
decrease the deficit. But then this is what you're thinking about doing?
Mind you, that's they had a segment of
Jesus Christ.
taxpayers' money in it. I don't know if it actually raised any money, but I will say the most ironic thing is something came across my desk about them trying to supervise funding for schools and universities and tightening up what it means for them to get grants.
Yeah.
Now, Sue, with your financial background, you already know that it's, you know, there's money out there, but some of these processes can be already pretty stringent, pretty difficult,
1000%.
especially for like minority ownership,
Yeah.
minority-based universities in particular. What do you think it means to have government oversight and reaching their hand in to change that?
I don't think the way he's going about it is the best approach. I definitely feel like the DOE needs advisory, 1000%, which I think is what we're slowly trying to do by supporting initiatives like also shout out to Reyes, who's opening up the first hip hop high school here in the Bronx.
Lit.
So shout out to him. The ribbon cutting is actually Thursday too. But I love that we're supporting new initiatives like this that bring a different way of learning. And also I think I know they made financial literacy a mandatory subject now in schools, which I think is amazing. So if we continue to do things like this and improve the DOE system, I think it's great. I don't like that he's monitoring the funding. I don't like that he wants to dismantle the DOE because there needs to be a level of structure. You know what I'm saying? If we have these organizations that are put in place by him and everything is now monopolized and ran by him, where do you think the future is going to be?
So, one of my favorite movies of all time, Limitless, Bradley
Yes.
Cooper. In his whole montage where he's off the whatever, and he's talking to somebody, he's giving him financial advice. He tells him, you know, the problem with a lot of the systems in government, different types, whether you're talking communism, fascism, if you're talking capitalism, socialism, the problem is that there is no system that accounts for human greed.
Exactly.
Not one.
Exactly.
So, as much as I'm not going to go ahead and say that it's flat out wrong, I think we almost come to expect it to be negative
Right.
because of the hands that it's in.
Right.
We've seen, what's the word for it? Nepotism
Yes.
in the way he does business.
Yes.
We've seen favoritism in the way he does business.
Yeah.
We've practically seen him put his friends in office over
Yeah.
people who are wholly qualified.
Right. Well, it's because the qualified people are going to walk out on him like they did
Well, like they
in
did
the
in the
past.
previous, yeah.
You know, so this is his way of keeping control. You know, this is his way of monopolizing, and that's something that this country has done though for a long time.
Yeah.
We've tried to control it, right? But there's still industries like, you know, our energy, Con
Yeah.
Edison, you know, things like that are still monopolized. But this is what he's trying to do. And one thing that I always worry about, and the reason why I'm always thinking about investing and having multiple streams of income and, you know, having, creating generational wealth, right, for my family is because one of the things when I was doing research on our topics was, do we feel like, the question is, do we feel like we're becoming like an ultimate luxury type of country where like access is limited to many and only the rich and upper class, right, can have access to it, right? There's something that I saw that's called the, what's it, the K, I think it's a K-shaped economy. I don't know if we talked about this the last time, but the K-shaped economy is basically saying that the middle class is disappearing.
Yes.
So
yes,
all
yes.
we have now is the upper class
and the lower
and
class.
the lower class.
And I think to add to that, even people like Elon,
Yeah.
people like Zuckerberg
Yeah.
have spoken and said that eventually, unless people unfortunately pick up certain skills
Yeah.
and are able to shift their
Yeah.
usefulness, there will be a permanent underclass.
Yes.
Not even just like a lower class, an
And
underclass.
that's what I'm scared of.
Yes.
The permanency of it all, if that's a word. Don't quote me, guys.
No. But I think they
also
they get you.
production. I'm so sorry I cannot hear you guys, so I don't know how much time we have left, but try to let me know a different way.
So basically, when you have that underclass, it's people just pick up different skills, right? As
Yeah.
we can see, I was part of the tech, boom for a little bit, and working for different tech companies, you see how quickly the development of AI has rendered certain jobs, obsolete, to say the least. It's not even so much that the tasks are like not needed anymore. It's just that you have AI who's able to do
Yeah.
it. And companies will always, no matter what they tell you, they will always look to cut costs. And one
Yeah.
of the things on that chopping block will always be personnel. If they can lower the salaries that they're paying, if they can lower the amount of people they have to pay,
Yeah.
they will do so.
Yeah.
Why have an employee pool of 100 people when
Right.
you can have 50 that just run machines?
Listen, this is such a deeper conversation
Yes.
that I would love to continue. And we will at some point.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will.
But we're done with our first half, y'all. Definitely stay tuned. We're going to sit here. We're going to talk to you guys about many, many, many more topics that we have. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting. Cortez, I really appreciate you. I really love what we have going on. So definitely, I thank you guys for supporting Industry Uncut and Sit Fearlessly. And we'll be back with the next episode. Yeah. All right. Thank you, production.